Can you impeach a Supreme Court justice? How about two? Thank you for tuning in to the Shikama Live Show with your host, Shikama, produced by Boundless Enterprise LLC in association with www.lasvegasnevadady.com. Today's topic: two Supreme Court justices are on the chopping block for being impeached. So the conservatives are trying to impeach Justice Ginsburg for the fact that she's 80 and she went to Egypt and said our Constitution sucks and is old. I'm paraphrasing, of course, and I find that ironic that she would call the Constitution old. And our system is terrible. These seem like legitimate gripes, in my opinion. You just don't say something like that and you're a Supreme Court justice. That just doesn't seem to fit the decorum of a sitting Supreme Court justice. And speaking of decorum, the Democrats want to impeach Justice Alito for rolling his eyes at Obama in his State of the Union address in 2010. Eye rolling? Really? Impeachment? Come on, liberals. Can you come up with something more, what's the word, substantial? Okay, let's talk about Ginsburg. Justice Ginsburg said to the court recently, in light of all of this talk about impeaching her, I wish I could quit you. On second thought, no, I don't. In addressing the actual court. And let me quote from one of the articles. And this story is not recent. It is actually, I'm not breaking a news story. This is already in the news. Go check it out for yourself. Earlier this week, the ABA Journal reported that the ATL readership favored Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg had no intention of retiring. Now, that's because they were trying to pressure her to retire. That's why they were saying this. At a whopping 80 years old, Justice Ginsburg acknowledged that liberals are either overly or covertly pressuring her to resign to allow President Obama to nominate a like-minded replacement to the court. On the one hand, the Supreme Court still feigns that it's a non-partisan institution, a claim that the cloistered justices don't realize was entirely shot to hell when they decided to presidential election along party lines. And the justices act as though scheduling a retirement to assist a particular political ideology is beneath them. On a personal level, Justice Ginsburg avers that she's in good health, and her inability to stay awake during the State of the Union address of a man universally recognized as the most gifted political orator in the game is neither here nor there. The job is for life, and Justice Ginsburg has a lot of life in her. Let's talk about Justice Alito. Quoting from another article, the news quickly went viral that conservative Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito rolled his eyes as his colleagues, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, read her dissent on behalf of the liberal minority in the voting rights decision handed down during that trial. Is it appropriate to impeach a judge from the High Court for behaving like a child? This is a question that the author is posing. The answer is no, but watching Alito's juvenile performance merits asking the question. This is not the first time Alito has let his inner child loose on an unsuspecting public. Unhappy with President Obama's comments about the court's ruling in a Citizens United case, Alito mouthed, "Not true," while sitting in front row with his fellow justices at the president's 2010 State of the Union speech before Congress. He's gotten a reputation for showing his impatience and or his displeasure by staring at the ceiling or indulging in his now famous eye rolls. Someone should tell him that a big part of being a justice is the demeanor you bring to the bench. The phrase judicial temperament sums up the expectation that a judge is a serious student of the law, capable of setting aside personal biases to be impartial in applying the rule of law. I think this is all ironic. That's me saying that. Alito's behavior does not instill confidence in the court, but rather reinforces the negative image of the court as a political body sharply divided between right and left, incapable of rendering impartial judgments. Alito's eye rolls this week or that week was done in the context of a 5-4 decision that cuts the heart out of the Voting Rights Act. A spate of narrow decisions from the Roberts Court underscores the partisan leanings. Now this is me, can you impeach a Supreme Court judge? This is a question I'm putting to you because so many people were against my Obama impeachment video, which you can find. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm pointing. Here, I'll put a link somewhere. And the answer is yes, you can impeach a Supreme Court justice. Here we go. Samuel Chase, April 17th, 1741 to June 19th, 1811, was an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court and earlier was a signatory to the United States Declaration of Independence as a representative of Maryland. Early in life, Chase was a firebrand states' rights and revolutionary. His political views changed over his lifetime, and in the last decades of his career, he became well known as a staunch Federalist and was impeached for allegedly letting his partisan leanings affect his court decisions. Chase was acquitted by the Senate. So yes, you can impeach a Supreme Court justice. Now, due to the Senate acquitting him later of all charges, it then became the precedent that the Supreme Court was the final arbiter of all legal and judicial decisions, something that infuriated the president at the time, because he felt that he was the final arbiter, being president. Remind you of somebody? How about a quote from Obama saying that the Supreme Court is irrelevant, Congress is irrelevant? So, we have actually a three-sided story. We have conservatives who want to impeach Supreme Court Justice Ginsburg. We have her being also pressured by Democrats to retire so that President Obama can put in somebody much younger and who is completely aligned with his viewpoint. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out who came up with that idea, and I bet you it was not these Democrat pundits or activists who thought up this idea to remove her. I'm pretty sure it's the Obama administration and his acorn cronies or what have you. So, this story is still alive and kicking. It is in the news right now. if Obama got Ginsburg to step down, although she says she's not going to, and Alito impeached, or Ginsburg impeached, whatever, for both justices to be removed, he would then be able to put on the Supreme Court four, by my count, 4 Supreme Court justices. That is unprecedented, except for the very first, of course, when the Supreme Court was formed. But 4 Supreme Court justices. I'm sure Roosevelt probably did it, but he was president for, I don't know, 500 years. I'm joking. He was not president for 500 years. Please, okay, take a deep breath. That was a joke. President Obama, in recent history, would be the only president capable of putting 4 Supreme Court justices on the bench. And America would probably crumble into a fiery hell pit of complete and utter despair. I believe Armageddon would immediately sound the day that they got the second Supreme Court justice on the bench. I think the Archangel Michael would sound his trumpet, and Uriel would friggin' let the sun shine directly on to us, scorching the earth, and the 4 horsemen would come right outside of under the Washington Monument, and it would be over. You know, and then the elite would say, "Yay!" You know, all the what do you call it? The Bilderberg group and all of the it was the Rothschild and the Zionist Jews would all be like, "Yay! We won! We won! We won!" Until such time as the sun scorched them to dust too. You know, and they'd be like, "Oh, oops! What? I thought that's what we were supposed to do." Nope, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're a human too. Of course, I'm kidding. I'm completely joking. Not really, but I am. I'm joking. Not that I don't believe everything that I just said. I do believe it. But for the record, I am neither Democrat nor Republican. I am what you call a libertarian, and I believe all black people should be libertarian. It is the party of freedom, personal responsibility, and personal government get the heck out of my pocketbook. Can you imagine back in the 50s, you didn't have anywhere near the taxes. The government was nowhere near the size that it is now. It didn't cover the stuff that it covers now, and we had more money. Our grandparents, I'm speaking for me, our grandparents had much more money to work with to buy houses, and houses weren't at the price that they are now compared to salaries. They had much more money to work with. If these impeachments go through, and they are pressuring Ginsburg, and they are trying to gear up to impeach Alito, it will be the end. It will be the end of everything. Leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, like my video, and you can connect with me on Facebook. The link is directly on my channel. Just go to my channel. Leave a comment on my channel too. That'd be great too. I always check that. Nobody ever talked to me. I feel so lonely. Just kidding. Thank you for tuning in to the Shikama Live Show.